morning. It is day 3. I'm here in Ripon, Britain's smallest city. No, England's smallest city. Britain's smallest is in Wales. England's smallest city, but certainly not with the smallest cathedral. It's not the biggest. I've been to Ely, but there are cathedrals in London smaller than this. It is a remarkable building, and it is a remarkable city. It's been a city for over 1,000 years, so back in the day, only having 10,000 people, you were pretty big. All sorts of things happened here. You've had hundreds of years of wool and cloth making. Varnish was invented here. Alice in Wonderland was written here. And this building here behind me, the cathedral, is celebrating almost 1,400 years of existence. But now I'm going to go up the valleys with mills that have existed for not so long, but amongst rocks that have far longer histories to tell. So I'm now back crossing another one of these quintessential stone bridges over the river for the 5th time back onto the north side, here by the village of West Tanfield. In each one of these villages I pass through, it's always so enchanting with the brick and stonework. And of course, you expect the quaint chapel, but sometimes something totally unexpected just appears. I just found this folly next to the church. That's amazing. And there may not be any glass, but that the windows are the shape of the windows are stayed perfectly intact. So it turns out this folly is built by a man called, well, probably financed but not built, by a man called John Marmion. And it was the entrance to his castle, which is in the land behind, which is now private residence. But still, it's said to have operated as a castle anyway, because with these 3 floors, there was enough room for guards and being able to watch over everywhere, especially from that 3rd floor. I imagine the view is spectacular. They've even got the incredibly steep spiral stairs open. See you at the top. It is done open. I made it to the top, but I guess we'll have to put up with the view from the 1st floor. Well, I guess it's not that bad of a view. I doubt it would have got much better just being a little higher up. The river's still so wide. That mountain at the end is going to be very tall, isn't it? So, obviously that thing, paralleling this thing right here, it is clearly the fireplace. Because there's the top of it. And now we head back over the Air for the 6th time on a slightly more sophisticated bridge with these promontories. Still, this river is so wide. So now further up the river, I have made it to these very grandiose, seemingly never-ending ruins of a former abbey called, I think it's Gervaux. Name looks very French. But yeah, this is built in many stages between the 13th and 15th century, but is now all but a shell, but very intact shell. And on my journeys here, I bought lunch and had it here. But then after having bought lunch, still cycling along, I got lunch from a co-op. I then found an ice cream parlour that did sandwiches, and I realised I didn't need to even stop there. But since ice cream is one of my favourite foods, I ended up turning in, and I think it was more than an ice cream parlour. They had over 30 flavours, which meant I spent ages trying to choose. And then I hoped to get them in the chocolate cone, but the chocolate cone was too small to take 3, so I ended up very clumsily with 2 cones. But this place, Brymore's ice cream parlour, it even had, like, the shed for the calves was open, and it even had a chicken and a rabbit hutch. It was amazing. But now as I'm walking around, I'm experiencing the true changeable Pennine weather. The sun keeps going in and out, and it keeps trying to rain with this little pathetic drizzle that then like turns on and off every 10 minutes. And every now and then I see clouds lower down. I'll be high up and there'll be clouds in the valley. Two very interesting names for the road that have side by side. I wonder what would happen if an LGBT person were to walk up there. We can find out. Okay, so I just started walking my bisexual self up straight/love lane. And look at the head, it's not even straight. It bends to the left, just up there. Those animals don't seem to be sharing a... Oh, okay, shit, one of them's actually having a shit. I'll save you that. From one French name to another. This next time seems to be twinned with that famous battle. I'm pretty sure that's English 1. As we usually do, was held. So I've now made it to another very picturesque village. These villages just get more and more beautiful. This is Midland, twinned with Agincourt. I think this English victory during the 100 Years' War. And also here was the childhood home of a certain bastard Norman called Richard III. His castle is just up the street there. But because he was a bastard Norman, I'm not giving it the time of day, also you have to pay to go in. And I don't have time at this point. And the next stage is downhill, so I'm gonna whiz off and enjoy that and make it to Wensleydale's namesake with a little waterfall. I mean, I saw the bridges getting fancier and fancier, but this is a whole new level. I'm pretty sure this is the 7th crossing we're now doing. We're going back north side. And I still think the Ouse is just as wide as when we started. Damn, I feel very princely walking over this bridge. Another beautifully quaint village on another annoying main road. This gives its name to the dale. This is Wensley, in the heart of Wensleydale, which I've been cycling through all day. I first found out about this place, I think many of us did, with Wallace and Gromit loving their cheese. And I had some of their cheese in ice cream form earlier today. That's one thing I didn't do, the ice cream review, which as an ice cream lover I did think was truly amazing, especially the Wensleydale cheesecake one, because it was ginger cheesecake and I chunked the ginger in it, which added such a punchy flavour. And so was the berries and cottage cream, they were lovely. Although the Christmas pudding, there wasn't that taste of brandy. I mean, there were so many kids there, they would obviously have to not jinx anything, keep it alcohol free, but the whole point of your Christmas pudding is that your mum or nan or whoever opens up whatever they got in their cupboard of a certain proof, just drains the mixture in it to the point where you basically it's basically turning runny again, because you added 2.5 bottles of Cointreau or whatever, and then you put it in the oven for half a day and you get this amazing Christmas pudding that makes you all tipsy. Well, someone lives fancy on the other side of the river. It is dark. I'm just outside my Air BnB and, well, I quite accurately predicted the future this morning. It was a day. So much so, I only made it as far as Aysgarth. Wait, to be fair, some spectacular waterfalls until the sun started setting and I ran out of puff. But my Airbnb host here in Gale, 2 villages over, very, very, very lovingly drove 20 minutes to pick me up. Oh, she was amazing. But it did mean that there was a couple hours of cycling and scenery I didn't get to see, because by that point it was dark. But the scenery, after a while spectacular, does start to repeat itself. And also, I'm going to see most of it. I'll just look east and I'll see most of it in the distance tomorrow. It doesn't matter. What matters is I've made it here. And tomorrow I'm going to set off to the source. And then I finished the day with one of the most almighty slices of pie I had ever eaten. It was damn good.